The week before I found out I was pregnant, I had actually left my boyfriend due to a number of circumstances. So when I did find out, it was a bunch of emotions that didn't make sense to me. I could not process. During that time, I was faced with a decision whether to move forward or to abort. So I went ahead and scheduled an appointment, and I had my mother and my sister go with me to the clinic after a week of debating, but I wasn't sure how far along I was. I honestly at that point did not want to know because it was something I was having a hard time processing. However, when I did get back in the clinic and they told me how far along I was, and after speaking to all the women inside, I morally decided I could not go through with it. And I remember that the doctor laughed and he said, "There are no morals here." So after getting off of their examination table, they took me back into the room and I got to speak with the other women who were going through similar experiences. And in that moment, I realized I was making the right choice. But I proceeded out. However, they did say if I wanted to come back, they would keep it at the same rate. Looking at the outweighing cost, $400 seems an easy defeat compared to thousands of dollars you'd spend over an 18-year span. But it's not worth the pain you would go through knowing that you aborted your child. I felt there was calm after the storm and that I could do anything I set my mind to, as I had in the future. A child doesn't ruin what you could do. It only enriches your life in anything you do. So when I went to Thrive, I explained to them what I was about to do, how close I was, and they didn't make me feel bad at all. They actually made me feel like I was important and that this child mattered. When I was at Thrive and I got to see my son for the first time, I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl, but when I got to look at that monitor, it was like a wave of just happiness flew over me. And I don't think if it wasn't for them that day, I wouldn't have moved forward or had the confidence. It was a new experience for me and something that I thought maybe I never wanted, but in that moment I knew I wanted it. They made the transition better. We prayed. They sent me home with goodies, information. They gave me several different options. They wanted to make me feel like I was part of their family. But labor is hard. I'm not going to lie about that. I hemorrhaged. I had a low-lining placenta. But everything I went through was worth it. No amount of a pain can equivalent to having him in my arms. And nobody can take that away from me, and I almost took it away from myself. And I'm so happy I did it. If I could give myself advice before this happened, I would say it's okay. Don't be so upset. You're going to do fine. And you have all the support in the world. Because you are worth it. And you can do it. And you don't realize how much love you would have for this child until he comes. But I won't forget about who I am as a person, because that's what's going to make me the best mom. And everything I hope for come true. I got my degree in psychology, so I'm continuing on with my education. So now I'm going for clinical counseling in my master's program, and that's really my own personal goal right now. My son was 21 inches, 7 pounds 14 ounces. He arrived in the world at 4:47 a.m. Your choices you're making are gonna seem life or death, and in some senses they are. However, a child is amazing and it's a gift. And even if you choose to move forward, but you don't want to have the child, there always is a adoption, and they're more than welcome to help you. If you feel you don't have insurance, you just got to take the chance to listen.